that President of the United States would send troops to escort us into school. I didn't know what was going to happen after that. It was like going to war every day.
Black children go into a situation where white segregationists, a white mob, have essentially gotten together to conspire to prevent these black children from
At the center of the crisis were these 9 teenagers.
Their voices heard.
We, the Negro citizens of Montgomery, Alabama, do now and will continue to carry on our mass protest.
In September 1957, Central High in Little Rock, Arkansas, admitted 9 black students for the first time ever. This was not approved by the Arkansas governor, Orville Faubus. Orville had sent state troopers to stop black students entering. When the black students arrived, they were faced by an angry crowd of white Americans and state troopers. President Eisenhower intervened and sent over 1,000 troops to protect the black students. This made it the first time that a president intervened in the desegregation of schools.
The 8 children and the adults with them were turned away by the National Guard.
1954 Supreme Court ruling on Brown versus Board of Education found segregation of schools unconstitutional. But as the Little Rock Nine approached their newly integrated high school in Little Rock, segregationists stormed the campus in protest.
They got no business out here. This is our school, not theirs. They have their own.
Eisenhower soon intervened, setting a precedent for the nation as a whole.
Extreme situation has been created in Little Rock. This challenge must be met, and with such measures as will preserve to the people as a whole their lawfully protected rights in a climate permitting their free and fair exercise.
On September 25, 1957, the 101st Airborne Division and 10,000 National Guard troops escorted the Little Rock Nine as they walked bravely past screaming mobs of segregationist haters.
Our National Guard, unbeknownst to us, and when we appeared at Central the first day,
Sealed off.
the National Guard was there to bar our entrance and let white students go into the school.
Thriller. Reality. Observation. Although the Little Rock Nine received many threats, they kept calm and brave throughout the school year for them to later on know how much of an impact they had on the civil rights movement.
The Arkansas National Guard ringed the school with orders to admit only the white students.
Despite the threats and violence they encountered, the Little Rock Nine persevered and continued to attend classes at Central High School. Little Rock Nine event was a stark example of the cruelness and brutality of racism that plagued the United States in the 1950s. In 1957, exactly, 9 African American students attempted to join into Little Rock Central High School in Arkansas, but were met with intense hostility and violence. The cruelty shown towards these students was shocking. They were faced with threats, physical assaults, and verbal abuse on a daily basis. White mobs gathered outside the school, hurling insults and objects at the students as they tried to enter the building.
Taunting me, shouting racial slurs, someone say, "Let's hang her. Get a rope, drag her over to the tree." Someone who appeared to have a kind face, so I turned toward her, and she spat on me.
Now, told me that I was to go down to the principal's office. When we got down there, the other 8 students were there. And at that time, we were told by the principal that we would have to be sent home for our own safety, that the police were having difficulty holding the mob back at the barricade, and that if they broke through, they could not be responsible for our safety. They didn't have enough protection. So we were whisked out of a side door and went home.
They were very clear about the fact that they would rather kill us than see us go there.
Finally cracked the door of segregation in Little Rock. And not only had we just cracked it for Little Rock, but I think we found out later, all of us, that we had really sent a ripple effect throughout the entire South and had helped the civil rights movement move one step further.
Ernest Green made history, as he became the first ever black African American to graduate in a formerly segregated school.